Hello everybody, what's up? It's Nico's Treehouse. How's your day going? I just hope you enjoy your weekend so far. In this episode of this video, I'm gonna be posting my original fiction, which is called There's No Star in the Christmas Tree. The setting for the story is called New Westminster, which is where I live right now. I have a lot of good memories for this city, and I think one thing I'm gonna emphasize for this story, it is totally fictional. It is nothing about my personal experience or my friend's experience. The clips for the videos, they are about the New Westminster city. It is very amazing city. It is built right next to the river. It has very good views for the waterfront. There's a lot of good restaurants and pubs around this area. I still remember for each summer days, there is a Columbia food truck street festival, and there's also a Unplugged live music festival in uptown New Westminster. There's a lot of good events happening in summer, but they are all cancelled because of the epidemic situation. I just hope everything is gonna be back to our lives soon, as well as for those good, wonderful events. Yeah, that's pretty much of it. I just hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good day.
There is no star at the Christmas tree. Josh was crying in my arms. His shoulders were quivering, spasming, like a child. His dad got COVID-19 and passed away 2 weeks ago. It was a piece of sudden news. We were planning to get married in May, but something was always out of our expectation. We were sitting on the sofa. The atmosphere was sad and quiet. Josh seemed exhausted and fell asleep on my thighs. The room filled with warm air from the fireplace, but all these decorations and accessories for the festival seemed out of tone, so sharp, like a tremendous pain in the eyes. The colorful cushions, the light bulbs, and shining stuff on the Christmas tree, everything. It felt like they were all mocking us, two sad sacks. Because of the death of Josh's father, the decorations were a little different. This year we had some special ones, the lobster pot boys to dedicate to his father, who had been working as a lobster fisherman and Josh used to go out fishing with him. Once Josh showed me his family's pictures. His dad was a chubby man, well-trimmed gray hair and a kind, big smile on his face. I have not had a chance to meet up with his family in person. We planned at the 44 beginning of this year, but the pandemic changed everything. 1 year ago, I got to know Josh through Tinder. I work in a supermarket as a bookkeeper. The daily routines, the tiny fragments of boredom and tiredness pushed me to another side. I'm a 42-year-old single woman, still humbly slim. However, some wrinkles scramble on my neck and corner of my eyes tiptoeing, but my appearance might yet deceive some. Guys, I ended the last relationship 3 years ago and started to get used to being single, shopping alone, watching movies alone, having dinner alone. I have asked myself what I need, but I could not find the answer until I randomly downloaded Tinder. I thought to hook up with random guys might not be a bad choice. Josh was the second guy who I swiped through on that app. The first one was not my type. Josh looked sincere, just like a familiar face who I might have known for a long time, and something made me feel that he was secure and reliable, although he was not sexy to me at all. It's funny how time could change a person's taste. I got used to liking the guy with a well-pronounced jawline, muscular body, and thick hair, but Josh was chubby, a bit bald, but his smile seemed timid and 45 sweet. I sent a text to him. Hi, how's your Saturday? It's been great so far. Just walked my little buddy, and back to my apartment now. How's your day so far? He replied instantly. He sent me a picture of his dog, a petite pug with a little expression which was mixed with seriousness and confusion. That was adorable, and it did get me at that moment. I had been thinking of having my own pet, a cat, dog, or maybe 2 love parrots, anything, but not the hamsters and rats because I was scared of the rodents. What if I could have a puppy? Although, it was against the strata law of my building. Josh sent me another adorable picture of his pug. He was sitting in front of a working desk. 2 computer screens were behind him. He looked so tiny and calm, just a little bit bigger than that screen. He looks adorable. What? Is his name? I asked. It's Rocky. He is lying beside me right now. We just had our brunch, Josh replied. Then, he added a lol emoji. 46. It triggered my interest in this man. It felt like meeting an acquaintance. It was not a sexual attraction but could be secure company. Are you available tomorrow? There will be an unplugged music festival at Uptown New Westminster. Do you want to join me? Josh invited me. I hesitated for a moment. I have been getting used to having plenty of time of self-entertainment, and some excuses echoed in my head, trying to refuse him. But I eliminated them. Yeah, I've never been to the festival yet. I would love to, I replied and started to expect the date tomorrow. I didn't feel nervous about it, just a bit excited. I watched a TV series on Netflix, had a light snack that evening, took a bath with newly purchased bath salt that I found online. It soothed me. I went to bed before 11 p.m., no stay up at night to anesthetize myself, and woke up at noon for the coming day with messy, straw-like hair and pendant, plump eye bags. I will have a date tomorrow with someone I do not know, I thought, but a big girl can dream, right, was something that popped in my mind, and then I slept peacefully that night. 47. The sunshine was bright on that Sunday, intriguing and persuading. I chose a casual, light blue shirt and jeans, white sandals, some light makeup, and let the perfume with inspirational fragrances rain on me. I did a last-minute check, nothing overdone. I could not help but to crack a smile. I walked into the sun and a cool breeze passed me by. The mood was delightful. I did not take a taxi, and instead chose to walk towards that live music. Summer makes people feel happy and content. I could sense the pedestrians' friendly greetings on the street and their positive attitude on such a wonderful day. It was all about the summer. When I got closer to the festival, I could hear the loud music. There were plenty of folks on the street already, parents with their kids, young couples, the elderly ones, all of them. There were many colorful food trucks, appetite-triggering, pleasant smells of different street foods from them. Everything seemed so bright and charming that I could feel the city's energetic vibration. It was such a shame that I have lived here almost 1 year, and it was the first time that I took a close look at her. It was charming for sure. It felt like a European town. 48. It was British Columbia's capital a long time ago until the disastrous fire burnt it down, but now she was glamorous again. Some touches of rich, historical sense. All these crowds, the flowers at the corners, rainbow flags, and different notice boards, they all felt like a happy town vibe to me. Josh stood next to a lemonade stand waiting for me. He wore a plaid shirt and khaki pants. He looked exactly like the profile image on his Tinder account, and with that timid smile as well. I took off my sunglasses and pinned the flying hair back behind my ear. I smiled to him as well. Do you want to grab a lemonade? He asked with a gentle smile. That would be great. It is kind of warm today, I replied. The lemonade was freshly squeezed. The owners of the drink stand were two blonde girls in their early 20s, and they prepared our orders behind the counter. They were young, and it reminded me of a couple of years ago when I was a volunteer working for an institution of marine animals, which raised funds for the endangered dolphins and whales. How time flies. 49. Josh and I were enjoying our lemonades and strolling through the crowds. We tried the mini burgers and the star-shaped hash browns at one food truck. The sun was bright, and the music was loud, hard to hear or see the waiters in the food truck. But amazingly, they did not mess up our orders. We were holding the tray with mini burgers and walking, talking aimlessly, while we walked towards a stand of African art crafts. It instantly caught my attention. The apron with vibrant patterns, heavy, wooden sculptures with the modeling of giraffes, gazelles, and hippos, also refined, lively, and exotic. I wished that I could own a mother hippo statue with her baby, but while I found some rugs and tapestries on her stall, I decided to pick a wall tapestry, which seemed like different small patches combined. The black lady who was the owner of this art craft stand explained to me that this tapestry was like a spell breaker, which could absorb the negative energy around me and keep me safe. Then, I noticed on some patches, eye-shaped symbols were on them. I did not know if it was as meaningful as it was merited, but it looked stylish. I would like to hang it on my living room wall. It looks nice, Josh said gently. 50. Yeah, totally, I like it. It is just so lovely. I guessed I might reply with a trembling voice, and I think I might blush then. The lady kindly warped it up and put a bag with some African paintings. I was satisfied. We ordered some liquor, sat in high chairs, and enjoyed the music until the live show was over. We said goodbye to each other. The date was lovely, and I was quite satisfied. After that, Josh invited me to walk Rocky with him in the Pier Park, which was beside the Fraser River. It was close to both of us. I live in the high-rise, which was close to the Landmark Cinema, and Josh's apartment was 1 block away and close to the Columbia Station. We were not that far from each other, and random dates were so easy for both of us. If the mood and time allowed, I started to like him. We had dinner at Piva or El Santo on weekends, shopped at the River Market, and I remember we took the Q2Q ferry at the pier dock and traveled to the Queensboro just to do it. There was a lovely dog on the ferry. He was lying there and let the passengers pat him on the head, and the coat on him was so cute. We had many precious memories. 51 in this place, in this mini city, the spring, summer, fall, and winter. We've been together for a year and a half and finally decided to move in together. I mean to his place. I lived on the 33rd floor of a high-rise since I moved to New Westminster. Still, Josh said he disliked heights because it upset him. It amused me to hear him beg me to move to his place, and not to stay at mine. He was a big boy. We had barbecue at his balcony sometimes and watched the subway pass by. To be honest, it was loud at night, but the train would stop to run around 12 a.m., and when we closed the window, it was not hard to fall asleep. What was more, to be with Josh, that was everything to me. I loved to fall asleep in his arms, and Rocky was at our feet. It was sweet, especially in fall and winter. I thought it was time to have a family with him, and Josh felt it the same way. He proposed to me and called his parents to notify them of this. I thought we were going to be happy and stable, but the pandemic made most things change. I could never forget how Josh cried when he got the message that his dad was sent to the ICU after he was infected by COVID. He booked the first flight for the coming morning and flew to his father's town. At the same time, we talked on the phone. 52 and he sounded distraught and depressed. All I could do was comfort him by words. When he returned, he told me that it was not even allowed to grasp his dad's hand to say goodbye to him in person. He could only wave goodbye to him through the glass of the ICU. I could imagine how Josh pressed his hands against the glass and shouted, cried, and witnessed his dad pass away alone. It was just sad, Josh said when the day came for his dad's funeral. It was snowing, and he could even hear the snow falling on the grass. The suffocating silence. We were lying on the couch. Josh was asleep, exhausted, but at least less desperate now. I felt so tired as well since so many negative things happened during the year. The scars were not healed yet, and there would be more on the way, but I was just prayed and wished for the best outcome. It will be there eventually, right in front of us, all of us. I got up from the couch and tucked a cushion under Josh's head. He was still sleeping, like an innocent kid. I did not want to wake him up. I looked outside the window. Some Christmas lights on the neighbors' balconies. They were beautiful. 53 I grabbed the wall tapestry from the music festival and put it on Josh, and I covered it on my legs as well. If this was a spell, let it undo. Let everything go back to normal. I never felt, until now, that everyday routine things would be such precious to me. I wanted to sleep, but subconsciously, I noticed that I forgot to put the star at the top of our Christmas tree. How could I just forget? But I was so tired. I would do it tomorrow. I will do it. But now, I will sleep. Tomorrow is another day.